guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Kimora Lee Simmons, what is going on in your household? People are saying that Kimora Lee was taking shots at Aoki and using Ming Lee to do it. Y'all, let's get into this, all right? So, right? If you don't know it, no. Kimora is currently filming another reality show with her kids. And by kids, I don't think Aoki is involved. Now, this is what sources are saying, so take it with a grain of salt, right? She tried her best to get on, Kimora tried her best to get on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But now she's decided to shop around her show. Now, she did a huge write-up and article in People magazine where she had Ming Lee there, who she proudly could proclaim to be her mini-me. Okay, the article is weird because she literally never went out of her way at all to push Aoki like this when Aoki was trying her best to be a model, even declaring it's Ming Lee who is her mini-me and that she's planning to give her entire closet and family heirlooms and purses and everything she owns only to one daughter. Again, some people say that they think that Kimora is super, super mad that Aoki moved to Bali with her dad. Aoki hasn't been in the States at all since the fall. She didn't even come back for anyone's birthday or Christmas. Y'all, let's get into this because there was a blind item that was floating around. I'm going to read you guys the blind item. But first, let's get into this tea. Okay, right? Aoki used to cry that her mom famously didn't really support her that much in getting into modeling. I will say one thing. Aoki's a beautiful girl. She's still like super, super young. But I feel like Aoki felt like because she went to Harvard, she didn't really put in the time, energy, and effort it took to be a model. Like, have somebody teach you how to walk. Have somebody teach you how to pose. Have somebody teach you what your angles are and what makeup looks best for you. I feel like Aoki kind of feels like, oh, anybody can model. You just show up and look pretty. And that's not what it is. That's why Aoki is currently doing campaigns for PETA. No shade to PETA, but did y'all see that? You know what? Let's just move on. Aoki is young. We don't need to talk about that. Anyway, but I can't believe that she didn't get into Harvard just because she was Russell Simmons' daughter. Because when she talks about why people shouldn't go to SeaWorld, yeah. Anyway, right? Meanwhile, while that's happening, people said Aoki is noticing that Kimora is doing everything she can to push Ming Lee into the fashion world. Okay? Again, I have to go back to the PETA ad. If I can, I'll drop it in here. But when you watch it, you'll understand why people say that besides her being a Harvard grad, I don't know, that's when Russell Simmons' name held a lot of creed and Kimora Simmons, right? Again, people have acknowledged that Aoki needs a major modeling coach. This is what people in the street are saying. Now, listen, but Aoki refuses to believe she needed a coach. People think she thinks it's an admission of failure to accept she needs to be trained on her angles and walking, okay? But get this, again, Aoki's feeling some type of way, the streets are saying. That Kimora went out her way to not help her in any way in the fashion world. If you remember, she did rely mostly on Russell Simmons' connections to get into it. Remember, she was crying on live that Russell decided he was going to pull back all the connections? She's living with her dad in Bali now, by the way. Again, I think Aoki even mentioned that her mom was trying to bribe her to just go to graduate school or law schools. Like she offered to buy her a condo with what money? I don't think Kimora, you know what? I don't know. I just don't think that Kimora actually ever acted like she thought Aoki had what it took to actually be a model. And I think she just pushed her to focus on school. But she is pushing Ming Lee into that. Now, I know what y'all saying. Tisa, you're always starting trash. No, you didn't hear it from me. However, what do I have to kind of co-sign on this? Well, we have a blind item and we also have Aoki's weird post, right? Again, it was a People interview, mother-daughter, with just Ming Lee and Kimora. Now, again, Aoki could have wanted to be left out, but Aoki don't strike me as someone that will want to be left out of a reality TV show. Anyway, she posted, Uncle Russ posted, "I love my daughter with all my heart." And Aoki reposted, "I love you, Dad." Listen, this is an interesting post from Aoki. Now, I'm sure it's nothing and I'm just reaching. But for the sake of content, let's just talk about this. The timing could be said that it says a lot. Again, think about it. Kimora is busy doing mommy daughter content as she does everything that she never did with Aoki, as she does it for Ming Lee. And this is all to push Ming Lee's career. And I still say that those comments in the People magazine, again, this is from an insider. They say that they think it was odd considering that she has two daughters. She literally said that she was leaving everything to just one daughter. And again, she also reposted, angels are often disguised as kind daughters who stay by your side through all life's ups and downs. I love you, my daughter. That's what Uncle Russ put up. Uncle Russ. Russell Simmons put up. This is after the People magazine stuff dropped. It's weird. Again, meanwhile, Kimora and Ming Lee has mommy and daughter content collabs with People magazine. Okay, and also don't forget, there was a post on March 1st on Aoki's page. I think this is proof that she actually did just move to Bali at the end of summer last year, because Ming Lee Simmons said, "We miss you, come home." Again, there could have been some type of friction with the way Aoki felt embarrassed her family by trolloping with that 6-year-old man, even though everybody does say that is a family friend. And Russell Simmons blessed it. But Kimora, you knew that dude too. But let's move into the related blind item. Okay, so let's get into the related blind item, because I don't know, it's kind of linking up with this People magazine. All right. They said saving everything, but not everyone. In the world of high fashion and higher stakes, one legendary style icon recently gave an interview gushing about saving everything for her beloved eldest daughter. Couture gowns, condos, even family name. It read like a love letter. But for those in the know, it sounded more like a confession. Behind the velvet ropes, there's a second daughter, one just as pedigreed, just as poised, but whispered to have never quite fit her mother's ideal. Insiders say while one daughter was draped in vintage designer threads, the other was quietly nudged out the spotlight, told to swap photo shoots for textbooks, allegedly offered luxury real estate as a bribe to abandon a modeling career that some people said embarrassed the mother, who has her own claim to fame. Others claim her mother never fully supported it to begin with. These days, the overlooked heiress has fled the scene entirely, living thousands of miles away with a controversial father tangled in lawsuits. They like to keep everything in the family. No family holidays, no birthday posts, just a silence so loud it practically screams. Is this just a story of paths naturally diverging, or a family legacy polished to shine on only one branch of the tree? Some closets are full of couture. Others, it seems, are bursting with secrets. Now, people are saying that that blind item is directly linked to what's going on. I will say this. Do you think Kimora feels some type of way that Aoki is now supporting a man that took her through so much? Which is odd, because Aoki was the one that came out and actually blasted her father on her mother's behalf. But now, since Russell's lawsuit with how she got that stock is picking up and why she never had the right there, some people say that Kimora is looking at Aoki like, you are siding with someone that could cost me millions. But hey, what do I know? Maybe this is just a family drifting apart. Also, did you guys see my video about Kimora, Tony, and Birdman? People are saying that the reason that Tony turned around and filed for divorce a day after marrying, well, a couple of days after marrying Birdman, is because Birdman didn't even spend the honeymoon with Tony. He was helping his good friend Kimora out because Kimora needed him. Let's not forget that they got married around the time that Diddy got arrested. Was it arrested or was it his house raided? They got married around the time all that Diddy stuff came out. I think it was November, so maybe that's when the Diddy stuff and the lawsuits dropped. The point of the matter is, Tony and Birdman's honeymoon was enjoyed helping Kimora, and Tony was not invited. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. Are you guys gonna be watching Kimora Lee's reality TV program? I probably will watch it. Again, let's see what's shaping up. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.